Doing Good in the Neighborhood is sponsored by Antietam World Travel Service. You're going to travel better with Antietam World Travel Service because they are your gateway to worry-free journeys. They have an extensive network, unmatched experience, and personalized services, and you can explore the world with confidence and ease. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now and get started on your dream vacation. Here's Earl Robbins.
The following presentation features one of the honorees, artists or students, who are contributing to the African Americans of Excellence exhibit, coming to the Weinberg Center on February 5th.
Well, I'm retired, so I usually do as little as I possibly can.
That's great. I can't wait for that day. You have been selected as one of the honorees for the African Americans of Excellence for Frederick for 2025.
Correct.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so. I can consider it an honor.
Yeah.
I was surprised when I got the email and felt real good about it.
Yeah. So tell me how long you've been in Frederick.
Over 40 years.
Okay.
Let's see. I came to Frederick in 76.
Okay. About the same time I think we moved here, yeah.
Yeah, I figured we'd be here for a couple of years because didn't know a whole lot about Frederick.
What brought you here?
I came to work at East Alco,
right.
company. Yeah, they had offered me a job. I looked on the map and saw where Frederick was. Didn't know that much about it, so I called some of my friends that I went to college with, who lived in D.C., who lived in Baltimore, and I said, I got a job offer in Frederick. What can you tell me about Frederick? And they said, we don't go to Frederick. That's Klan country.
Oh, no.
And I said, oh, okay. I came here by myself for a while my wife, I should go back, I lived in South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh, yeah, I've been to Greenville, yeah.
Okay, and so my wife stayed there to sell the house. So I was here for a couple of months by myself and looked around Frederick and said, well, we'll just see what happens.
Yeah.
So obviously things worked out because I'm still here.
Obviously things did work out. So you were at East Alco.
Correct.
And then what? Did you stay there and retire?
Yeah, I retired from East Alco.
Okay.
Actually, while I was there, I got promoted to the corporate side, even though I was still headquarters out of Frederick. My last 5-6 years, I actually worked as part of corporate. Okay. So I was the director of state and local government affairs at the time that I retired.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's an important job.
Well, it was an interesting job. Anyway. Yeah. Chance to work with government folks and with the public. So, right. So that was pretty interesting.
And then after in your retirement, what have you been doing?
Not a whole lot. Well, let's see. I've always done some mentoring with necktie clubs in the public schools. Awesome. And I ran for office for county exec. Mm-hmm. Got stomped in that. Otherwise, well, I'm a grandpa. Oh, well, so,
that's the biggest job of all.
Oh, yeah. So having fun with the grandchildren.
How many grandchildren do you have?
5.
Five grandchildren.
5 grandchildren, yes.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we're snowbirds, so we go to Mesa, Arizona, which is a part of the Phoenix metropolitan area. So that puts us pretty close to the grandkids on the West Coast. So that works out pretty well.
The running for office piece, how was that experience?
Well, it was a bad experience losing.
Well, losing.
But the process is really interesting, and you really don't know how big Frederick County is until you land-wise until you're trying to reach the masses to request their vote. It's a pretty large county.
It is a very large county.
But that process, meeting of people, Because I was in government, did government affairs too, so I knew something from that side of it too. But meeting people, because I did public affairs too, so I'd been involved with a lot of people. And so I ran into a lot of folks who I had known a long time ago who were saying, it was interesting that someone said, "Are you related to that Earl Robbins that was at East Alco?" "Oh, I used to work with her." I said, "Well, that's me." So that part was interesting.
Yeah, where you were able to
kind of funny.
reconnect with people.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And I mean, I know it's tough. You ran as an independent,
Yes.
right? And so I know that that's tough anytime
First of all, just to signatures that you need
to be included.
to be
Yeah.
included
That's a
is-
process in itself.
You're right. A lot of folks who will say, I'm registered, I'm a registered voter. Well, some of them aren't telling the truth. They sign your
Oh,
form,
goodness.
and then when you go through that process, you find out they're not really registered.
Yeah.
But still, that whole process was very interesting. I learned a lot. So I said it was bad. Losing is always
I
bad,
know.
but the experience itself was
Of course.
was
I mean,
worth it,
if you learn something from it, right, then it's not a bad thing. Obviously, we all want to win.
Right.
What do you think could change with that whole system?
I don't know how you can change it
Yeah.
because we're so set in our two-party system. Maybe about 10 years back, in one of the Republican primaries, they let independents vote. But folks just aren't willing to give up power.
Yeah. If you had become county executive, what are the things that you would have wanted to see happen in Frederick County?
Well, I just think I like to see government be open. I think everybody should feel good about their elected officials. I would like to see what I could do as far as providing low-cost housing, because it's so frustrating when you see people out on the street because they can't afford a place to live. I think I would, where we have 5 councilmen in districts and 2 at large, I would push to make it 7 at large. I was on the charter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
And one of the things that I had suggested to them that we go to 7 councilmen, and I said to them, but I said eventually we're going to grow to where we're going to need 7 anyway to properly provide the representation that's
Yeah,
needed.
because there's a bunch of them, I think, that handle people that are so different. Like a really rural agriculture
Right.
area right into the city of Frederick.
Right.
If there was one thing you'd want people of Frederick to know about you, what would that be?
Well, one, that I'm retired, so I've stepped away from a lot of things. But I've also, I think they should know that I've always tried to be a good citizen. I've always tried to give back to the community. I mentor young men. I talked about being with the Necktie Club. I helped start the Necktie Club, and at one time we were in 5 of the high schools. I run into members, Necktie Club members here and there. In fact, 2 of the honorees in the class that I'm in right now were young men that I mentored in Necktie Club.
Really?
Yeah, so that makes this real special
Of
to be
course.
a part of that. I've tried to serve the community. I've been on a number of boards and commissions in Frederick County.
Yeah.
I was on the Board of Education from 1986 to 1996, served on the board of the Chamber of Commerce,
Very nice.
but also was part of organizations in the community that was promoting education, recognizing kids who are successful academic achievers in the schools, especially in the African American community, because a lot of times they don't get recognized, and so that was a real pet peeve of mine. So, and I also want them to know that I've always tried to promote higher education, and I've also encouraged young people to look to move up to the next step. And it's actually been a good feeling. I've had run across a couple of people that said to me, I did such and such a thing because you told me. And I don't even remember.
Yeah, right. Isn't it great
telling
though?
them.
I think it's really special when somebody tells you the impact that you've had on their lives because you're just doing you, and we as people don't realize that what we say and do does impact people. And when that comes back to you, I think that's the greatest feeling in the world, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Like I said, in this group that I'm in, two of my young men in the Necktie that I mentored in Necktie Club are in this group, so I feel real good about it.
That's really, really great. And it just shows, well, first of all, it shows the depth of people that we have in our county that are making us all proud for sure. And I think that's pretty neat that they were part of your being mentored by you, and you're all here together, which is really nice. That's excellent. Well, we appreciate you. We're so glad you're part of our community, even though it might just be part of the year, but we'll take it. Oh, goodness. I was not clicking the right button. All right. Yes. Want to thank him. We will take it, even if it is for part of the year, since they are snowbirds. You get to see Earl Robbins, and you get to see the artist's depiction in photographs and video and an artwork on February 5th at African Americans of Excellence. I want to thank, oh, look, Mike Scahill. Look at you. The Old Man Fireman's Catering Company. I'm just kidding. It's not Old Man, but that's what I call it. That's my name for it. And want to thank you for joining and leaving a comment. We always love that. Liking, sharing, leaving comments helps to get the word out, not only about Good Morning Frederick, really, but about the nonprofits we talk about, the local businesses that we promote as well. Tune in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., or you can watch anytime on YouTube. Tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick. Have an amazing day. Let's do what we know how to do best, Frederick. Let's have a great day. And let's be great as we